Welcome back to another episode of the Wild Thorn Baileys. This one's going to be a bit different because we're not going anywhere. We're here in Florida and we're working a lot. We also have some time for some renovations.
Well, I kind of want to change this space because I feel like it's such a big area in the RV that we don't really utilize that much. We always said how big of our bedroom was, but it's really not that big.
Are you coming clean right now? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm coming clean a little bit.
Cabinets in the bedroom. We hate them. We think they're really ugly. We've thought they're ugly since the beginning, but we decided to keep them around because of storage. Everybody's so scared when they're moving from the house to an RV about, I won't have enough space for my stuff. We have plenty of space on Tater for all of our things. Enough space where we can feel safe to take these down. Behind me you see our next victim. This wall is 86.
Wow, what are we gonna do with this space?
All right, we're at that point in the renovation. I'm John, this is Danny, and this is our home, Tater Bug. There are many rewards and challenges that full-time RV life has to offer. Especially with this little guy. Meet Abraham. So subscribe and come along for just a tiny snip of our family's life as we enjoy the trip. So the first and obvious step is removing the doors to the cabinets. Next, if you'll notice, inside the cabinets, there should be these wood-lined squares in the corners, and there's screws in those. So those are the mounting squares. That's not what they're called, but they're there to hold the cabinet in place, and they gotta get out of it. The entire bedroom renovation took us about 2 weeks. I'm sure what we did could be done in a shorter amount of time, but it's all that we could manage while working behind the bar in Florida during spring break. Not to mention working around Abe. He's a growing boy and requires silence about the decks during his extended evening naps, which, of course, puts a halt to all renovation work entirely. Abe just woke up from his nap. That means we can get back to work. At this point in time, we didn't know just how much we'd be pulling out of Tater Bug. Our goal in this renovation was to open up our bedroom space and remove anything that made us feel cramped. Eventually, we realized that meant ripping out the wall that separates our bed from Abe's. This separating wall was also our closet and required of us an even more serious reconsideration of how we're storing our clothes. But I don't want to get ahead of myself too much here. For now, it's only day 2 of our renovation, and our sights are set humbly on Tater's most rear overhead compartments. So I just opened up this box, which is my, what is this actually called? Brushless multi-tool with tool-free head.
You're gonna wear your safety goggles, right? Careful, it's sharp, honey.
All right.
It's not a toy.
It's not a tool.
Toy.
There's a lot of these secondary walls and floors to these cabinets that we're just peeling off. My next move is I need to get this wiring free from this little hole here. Let's do this here. Check this out, babe. This thing wants to go now. I'm inclined to let it.
Yeah.
Voila. Can I just pull this thing up? We're doing it. So it's kind of sliding out just like a little puzzle piece. Like there's a wooden square here that notches between the 2 different bottoms. See that? Right now what I'm doing is I'm peeling the fabric on the ceiling up to rip the paint that we painted the cabinets. It's definitely adding to the adhesion of cabinets on the ceiling. So you paint your cabinets and you're taking them down, which is probably just us, because painting cabinets is the worst thing ever. So one thing I found really helpful in this time on my RV is having one of these guys, which is one of the swivel heads that you can adjust. Just because there's a lot of tight spaces and weird little crannies. I'm at a drill space, right? But just give it a little angle. Check it out. This thing used to be here. So already we're feeling like the space is like just a lot more open. This side, we're gonna take our time a little more. It's a little more tricky. Can I have the camera, babe? Mm-hmm. Inside here is my wiring for our solar, and that runs all the way down and through here. So we just gotta be a little more careful about the way we're chopping things up around here. Wiring in here. Oh! Oh! Staples. So we got all the cabinets out that were over the bed, and there's also this shelf here where there used to be a big old 1999 TV that they put in. We took the TV out, but we never really turned the space into anything useful. It's just kind of just been another lateral surface to collect junk. After that, I'm gonna take out these dressers that are on the side of the bed. Alright guys, I think we're officially done with the cabinet removal. We got the passenger side and we got the driver's side too. As you can see, there's a lot going on. These are all my fuses and amps for my household products, anything 110 volt. Yeah, it's looking good. It's feeling open.
Violinist Amici Wianco. This is Modern Notebook on Classical WS.
Yeah. Very good.
What you hear in the background is Abraham. He's throwing around the containers. Hey, buddy. You gonna vlog with Daddy today? So today we're gonna go through our clothes and we're gonna separate what we don't want from what we do want. But before we do anything today, this boy needs milk. This is all the milk we have. You gonna go get some milk? Let's do it.
Oh, and a 5-hour? Thanks, honey. Undergoing a renovation in a space that holds all of our clothes is inevitably going to leave us in a state of disarray. At least for a little while. It wasn't like we took all of our clothes out at once and had a plan drawn out of where we were going to put them. We pretty much just winged it and trusted our guts when they said to find another way to store our clothes. And for us, that included a more open floor plan. John hadn't simplified his wardrobe since we moved on Tater about 2 years ago. And for any of you who have kids, you know how quickly they grow, and needless to say, there is a good amount of clothes that we needed to get rid of and recycle. What we're really saying is that the space that the cabinets took up didn't really justify the storage they provided. It was a slow and tedious process, but in the end, totally worth the cluttered few weeks on board.
Some things are here for a reason, like a wall, for instance. Is it there for design, structure, or both? That's the question Danny and I find ourselves asking lately. Behind me you see our next victim. This wall is 86, and we're hoping it doesn't serve too much of a purpose in the structure of Tater. So one thing to take note of is no walls on an RV are load bearing, but they can serve purposes in reducing wobble. Pretty much what we're gambling on is that removing this isn't going to create too much more wobble as we go down the road. So this right here is all plumbing for a washer dryer combo, and it's actually still alive. This might be a temp fix for now, but I just took some wood I had left over and closed this off because this used to be where a wall was. I'm gonna cut all of it back to at least right here. We're living in here full time as a family, so there's plenty of extra stuff that we have that comes with that, and we still have all this extra space to get rid of. You know, the weekend warriors that these things were designed to cater to have plenty of space. So it's safe to say that the RV industry, at least back then, was over designing for storage and under designing for comfort. Here's the second shark bite we're putting on. All right, so we've removed everything that needs to be removed. The demolition phase of our renovation right now is officially suspended and over and complete. I just took some wall putty, some wooden wall putty that we got at Home Depot, and filled in all the holes that the cabinets left behind, and also just all the holes we've made over the last couple years hanging stuff up and everything. So at least with our RV, and I'm assuming a lot of other people's, there's this weird glossy type coating on the interior walls. We pretty much just get around that by scuffing it up a little bit with a little 220 sandpaper. So that's the next step here, is I'm just gonna scuff up all the parts of the walls that aren't covered in paint, and I might end up sanding over a little bit of the walls that are covered in paint anyway, just to kind of take off all the oils and residues so we can wipe it clean and get to bringing this to just a base coat to work with. We're at that point in the renovation where the beautification process can start. We've got two paints picked out. This one is Coconut Twist, which is the original white that we painted all Tater's interior with. And this is a wild card one I just thought about last minute. This is Aged Copper, so it's like that patina green. So hopefully this will come up in the next couple hours, and then we can get our new mattress in here and we can start putting our clothes away.
All this time I've been feeling hopeless till you came around. All this time, you're the only reason I'm not chasing highs. What is love? Lately I've been wondering just what is love? I don't know. No one ever showed me I've been on my own for too long. But if you hold me now, let me into your heart. Maybe I can start to love again and tend to my scars. Can you show me how?
Oh,
I think we
honestly, it's so comfy.
just hit a milestone. We just got the room painted, livable, safe, clean, and we got our new mattress in, and it feels like we can relax a little before we hit the road. I was starting to feel like this renovation wasn't gonna get done in time.
We literally leave in a week.
We knocked it all out tonight though. It's like what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Abe's tearing apart the house. We're still not organized with everything we've ripped out, but at least
Tomorrow we can bring the new piece of furniture in and hopefully get all the
we can
clothes
start.
situated.
There's no point in organizing up to this point because
Yeah, so it's literally been a chaotic mess for how long?
2 weeks, probably. Because we're working on a baby and raising a baby.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for hanging out with us at home this episode. And sorry about our lack of presence on YouTube lately. This is due to some very technical issues that continue to plague our laptop and have caused multiple crashes, including the loss of this episode more than once. Despite the heartbreaking losses, we're here and we made it, and hopefully now we can continue without any more issues and bring you big platefuls of RV family fun. time to hit the road again already. We're heading back up to Maryland to bartend for the summer season, and actually we're saving up for a wedding in August, so time to get busy. But before that, we've got a little bit of time to goof off on our road trip up north, and we'll be hitting the Smokies as well as spending some time in the Shenandoah Valley. So we look forward to bringing you there with us, and we'll see you next time. Stay wild.
Bye.